living in hell down here. Some soldiers are coming back. They don't have a home. Their house been repossessed. Everything they had is gone. Congress is fighting against the president. The things they are saying just don't make good sense. If they would all work together, we could get something done. Instead of all this fighting, they'll have jobs for everyone. Father, Father, Heavenly Father, we're living in hell down here. Father, Father, Heavenly Father, we're living in hell down here. Some nursing homes not fit for dogs to live in. Yet they'll take your money, look in your face and grin. Many homeless people are living out on the streets. Some don't have clothes on their back. Some don't have shoes on their feet. Father, Father, let's go back, way back to the beginning of time, when God made woman and man and put them down here on the ground. Let's go back, way back. Oh yeah, let's go back. That's where you find the truth. Let's go back, way back. Let's go back to God. Can't get there with a Greyhound bus ticket, nor by way of an Amtrak train. The only way you're going to get to heaven is to use what God gave you, and that's the brain. You need to know what it was in the beginning, because what it was that God set up, no man should change. So let me tell you, you want to go back? So let's go back, way back, where it all began. Many
What's that? Welcome to the world that is strange to everybody except us. Okay. We welcome you here because it is a very needed thought that you brought your presence in this little country town. This little country town needs you, sir. God bless you.
Y'all all can stand right here and let him talk, man. Trade over there.
That's the sun, huh?
Hey, can you guys start rolling on remote 8 to think about start?
Stand up there with
Remote 8, yeah, about to start. Alright.
Hello, how are you? Yes, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for your time today. My name is Reginald Greene. I'm with Greene Legal Group, and I also represent the Black Lawyers for Justice. And we are here to announce that we filed a lawsuit this morning at approximately 11:30 a.m. On behalf of former County High School star athlete Montre Meritt against the City of Waycross Police Department, and in particular, Officer Corey Gay. These allegations stem from an incident that occurred on January 18th, 2014, in which our client was on his way home and he was assaulted at gunpoint by Officer Corey Gay. This incident, he believes he was racially profiled, and we're alleging that he was also subjected to unwarranted and excessive force. The allegations, again, stem from this incident where Mr. Merritt was pulling into his own home and he was approached by Officer Gay at gunpoint. Gun was pointed to his head. He was ordered to the ground. He was handcuffed. And then, after his family or his mom came out to see what was going on, he was then told that he was being charged with a seatbelt violation. This represents another chapter in the epidemic that's happening around the nation, from Mike Brown in Missouri to Eric Garner in New York to G.B.R. Jones in South Carolina. These are all individuals who are unarmed and have been brutalized by police. One shot dead, another one choked to death, another one shot multiple times, and Mr. Merritt assaulted in front of his house in his own yard. The message we're trying to send with this lawsuit is that we have zero tolerance for this kind of activity from the police department. We believe that the police officer's role is to protect and serve, and not to destroy and to maim or kill. What we want to do is to try to restore the integrity of the police department, because we believe that by and large the majority of police are, do the right thing. The majority of police officers do the right thing. But what we have to do is we have to target those rogue police officers and those rogue police departments that will harbor and maintain practices that take the lives and take the rights of citizens. And so this is a $12.5 million lawsuit that we filed early this morning, and the counts include false arrest, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent supervision on the part of the officers, and assault and battery. And we also filed claims under 14 U.S.C. Section 1983, and that's the mechanism by which a private citizen can file charges against police or other entities that would take their rights under the Constitution. And in this case, the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution guarantees us safety against illegal seizures, false arrest, and excessive force. And we believe that Mr. Merritt's case is a prime example. He's lucky to be alive because it could have been much worse, as I stated. G.B.R. Jones was shot in South Carolina for an alleged seatbelt violation. Mike Brown was killed, and Eric Garner was choked to death. We cannot allow this to continue to happen, and our policy is zero tolerance. And what we're doing is any and everywhere where we have someone that's willing to come up and have the courage to bring their case, we will be there to support them and to do what we need to do in the court of law to see that justice is met and that the rights of our clients are vindicated.
Can you talk to us about the consequences that Officer Corey Gary have received thus far?
Okay, right. And so shortly after this incident occurred, Mr. Merritt was aware that something wasn't right about the incident. He felt his rights had been violated. And as it turned out, there was an internal investigation that was performed by the City of Waycross Police Department, and within their own ranks, the chief of police found that Officer Gay had indeed violated the general order on use of force. And so he was reprimanded, and he was given 5 days unpaid suspension in order to take judgmental courses on use of force. So they've recognized already that there was an issue here. He's been found guilty in his own ranks, and now we're bringing him to task and holding him accountable in the civil court, in the federal court here in...
I know that it's like $1.5 million for each count that
Correct.
You have put forth. Why $12.5 million?
Well, I think if you look at each one of the counts that we have, there are certain specific rights and remedies that you have in these types of civil rights cases. And given the number of counts that we have and the violations for each one, if you add them all up, it equals $12.5 million. And again, the issue here is to send a clear message that either these police departments and these police officers need to police themselves and regain the respect of the community, or we will file lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit and either force them into compliance or force them into bankruptcy, because this cannot be tolerated. I want to restore the respect and integrity of the police department so that not only the people can respect the police, but the police can respect the people, and we can have a working relationship like it's supposed to be.
We're hoping that we can hear from Merritt himself, if you'll allow him to speak about the emotional stress that he has endured since this incident occurred.
Right. Do you have some words you want to say?
That night when it happened, I felt like I could have been another Trayvon Martin case. And then hearing how Mike Brown went about his case for doing the right thing, he still got shot. I just feel like I don't want any of my friends, close family and all of that. I don't want that to happen to anybody. And the pain that I still feel, the tears that I still cry, everything is just real in reality. I have to wake up with this on my heart and on my mind every day, and that hurts. That's all.
Knowing that, if you can answer, if you don't want to, that's fine too. But knowing that your mother saw this take place in front of you, I mean, did that do anything to you as well? Just knowing that your mother was there to witness this happen.
Yes, coming from me being a huge role model in my community, to see my mom witness that, that was one of the most painful things I could ever imagine for her out of her house.
You're an all-star football player, and I mean, you're going to a 4-year university right now. It seems like you were clearly racially profiled, would you say?
Yes, ma'am. I would. Not only was I in high school studying out of football, academically, I had a 3.5 GPA.
Last question from me for you. Are you planning to do anything in the community now? Of course, you brought about this lawsuit with your attorney, but how will you be speaking to people about this? I mean, how do you plan to move this and become an activist after this incident happened to you?
I really want to start a mentoring to talk to young kids, not just black, but all kids, so they will be prepared to do the right thing and not be scared to come forth and talk.
And that's one of the most important things about this is that, I mean, a lot of people don't have the courage to step forward and realize that their rights are indeed rights that need to be protected. And so what we're trying to do is encourage anybody under the sound of our voice, if you feel your rights have been violated, contact us. The organization we work with is called Black Lawyers for Justice. It's BLFjustice.org. Tell us your story, and if there's anything we can do to help you, we will.
Is there a way that we can hear from the people? If they'd like to make any type of statement, if not.
No.
My question is, why did you all start this Black League for Justice of Lawyers? Why did you all bring this together? This is something I think that the NAACP and the civil rights organizations, in my opinion, should have done a long time ago. But for you to take the initiative and step up to the plate to do it, what made you do that?
Well, I mean, anytime that there's a need, I mean, it's our job to try to fill that need and not to denigrate any organization. I just think that every organization has its time, and each of us has worked within several organizations over the course of our time. And the president of Black Lawyers for Justice is Malik Shabazz, and he's an activist and a good friend of mine. We went to law school together at Howard University. We went to undergrad together. I've known him for 30 years, and he's always been on the front line. So when he told me he was starting an organization with the goal and purpose to make police brutality our #1 issue, I joined forces with him and other members of my firm, because the same way there's a war on drugs and there's a war on crime and there's a war on poverty, there has to be a war on police brutality, because we believe, again, the police are here to protect and serve, and we need to hold them accountable and make them police their own ranks to eradicate themselves of the rogue officers, of the practices that are causing harm to individuals and families. Thank you.
Are you still in school? Did you graduate?
I'm still in school.
Still in school.
Freshman year, would you like to say what college that offers?
All right, thank you.
Well, I am one of Dr. Malik's investigators through the Black Lawyers of Justice. I am also the CEO, National President and CEO of the Justice League United. I got involved with Dr. Malik years ago. The things that he do involved in the civil rights movement is just amazes me. I marched on the streets in the rain with Dr. Malik that he filed in Ferguson, Missouri, when he filed a $60 million lawsuit to the citizens of Ferguson. I just have zero tolerance for police officers, and not just police officers, any public official who seem to think that they can do what they want when they want. Not just police officers, judges, everyone that seems to think that laws don't apply to them when they took an oath to uphold the laws and the Constitution, then their punishment should be held to a higher standards than everybody else. Officer Corey Gay willfully intentionally violated this young man, right? According to the Constitution, according to the federal Constitution, if you deprive a person of right that's secured by the Constitution, it's a federal offense that carries 10 years imprisonment. Some of these officers need to be in prison. You know, like I said, I got zero tolerance for all this stuff these officers pulling, and I'm not going to take it no more. We marching and protesting, it still ain't doing no good. As you can see what's going on in Ferguson, I was down there on the front line with Dr. Malik. Attorney Greene has been down there as well, it's just like I said. I stand by them, whatever they want to do. I stand by them all the way. And I've been in with the Merritt family since this started, digging up the evidence against the officer and the punishments and all that, and turning it over to the attorneys to come to this point, to this day.
National president, what would be your challenge to not only Black America, but to America? I would imagine that you want to wake up and realize what.
If I was a president, I would.
Like I know that you are president of the Justice United. What would be your challenge to America? Wake up and do what?
Wake up and educate your children to the fact that's what's going on and know your rights. I think the youth need to know their rights because this is what they're attacking. They're attacking, in my opinion, they're attacking our youth because our youth, they have the ones that they're attacking, they keep in jail or keep on probation, is held to a limited function. But if we get the older folks gonna die off, so they figure if they attack the youth, then we're gonna die off. My opinion, it's no more than the old days. We just moved to a different form of racism.
Can you say your first and last name for me and title and position so I can have that?
Bobby Worthy, National President for the Justice League United. B-O-B-B-Y. W-O-R-T-H.
Greetings. I'm George Boston Ryans, and I just voted here in Lowndes County, Georgia, because under our form of government, it is one of the rights that so many of us have suffered, bled, and died. Most especially our military veterans, our active duty, the disabled veterans. Everybody should exercise their right to vote. And once again, I'm in Valdosta, Georgia, and this is Lowndes County. The people here are extremely nice, and we just want you to know that everybody should make use of this form of voting, because once again, we're in the United States of America, and we are the new freedom and beacon of hope for all life sources. Once again, I'm in Lowndes County. Just cast my vote, as you can see. You cast yours. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Them down here on the ground. Let's go back. Way back. Oh yeah. Let's go back. That's where you find the truth. Let's go back. Way back. Let's go back to God. You can't get there with a Greyhound bus ticket, nor by way of an Amtrak train. The only way you're going to get to heaven is to use what God gave you, and that's the brain. You need to know what it was in the beginning, because what it was that God set up, no man should change. So let me tell you, do you want to go back? So let's go back, way back, where it all began many, many, many years ago. So let's go back, way back. Hey, 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 why don't we all go back? So let's go back, way back. It was someplace, somewhere, a long time ago. We got off track. So if you want to go to heaven, we got to go back. Oh yeah. Oh, somebody tell me, where truth. The whole world has been deceived. That is why the people down here on this earth cannot get the things they need. When a country lies to its people, it teaches its people how to lie. And that's why we all should come together. White, black, and all the other races, we all should think alike. If we had love, peace, happiness, and togetherness, this would be a wonderful world. So why don't we go back? We need to go back. Oh, yeah, we need to go back. Back to God. You see, when it comes to God, there have been so many lies told, but I want you to beware of the lies. The lies don't save souls. I want you to remember what I told you. Oh, yeah. You got to use your brain. Oh, you got to use your brain to find a way. We've been told you must seek and you shall find the truth. And the truth will sure enough set you free. So I want you to come on. Hey, yeah. We got to go back. Way back. All the way back where it all began. On the continent of Africa. Let's go to Ethiopia. Lalabella, Addis Ababa. Let's go to Kemet, known today as Egypt. We got to go back, way back. That's where we find the truth. Let's go to Wasset, Timbuktu. Oh yeah, we got to go